we're going to move into calculating some statistics when given frequency tables. So we've got a few different kinds of statistics. We're going to start with joint frequencies. So a joint frequency shows the occurrence of two categories together or at the same time. And so where you would find those numbers would be in the middle or the body of the table. So I've highlighted those in yellow. And an example question that someone could ask you for this table would be to find the joint frequency, which is just a number, of a person who bought no food but bought a soda. So we're looking here at the food section. It says no food but bought a soda. So the answer to this question is simply 10. So it's just a number, and it's showing two different variables working together at the same time. Okay, but then we can move into joint relative frequencies, which would actually be comparing that joint frequency number that we just came up with to the total number of data points. So you get that joint relative frequency by dividing your joint frequency by the total number of data points. So for that example, if we wanted to find the joint relative frequency and not just the joint frequency of a person who bought no food but bought a soda, we would take our 10 and we would divide it by 358. So 10 out of 358. And this is basically showing us a percentage of people who bought anything or who were at the game or wherever this concession stand was. And it's showing us percentage of that, of the people who bought no food but bought a soda. So only 2.8% about were those kind of people who bought no food but they bought a soda. Okay, so I have one practice page for us here, and so you can pause the recording right now and think about this. So I want you to first find the joint frequency of a person who bought a corn dog and juice, and then you're going to find the joint relative frequency of that same idea. So someone who bought corn dog and juice. So go ahead and pause the recording and try writing down some numbers here and figuring out how to find the joint relative frequency. Okay, so hopefully you've tried this out and you found that the joint frequency of buying a corn dog and juice was 14. But then to find the joint relative frequency, you had to divide that 14 by 358. So 14 divided by 358 comes out to about 3.9%. And you're going to find that a lot of these percentages for your joint relative frequencies are small in a lot of cases because you're comparing it to the total number of people in the entire situation. Okay, so that's it for joint relative frequencies. So watch the next part to learn another statistic.